Well, man, these last two games have just been so fun. Like, dude, just great Chelsea games. What's up, guys? I'm your host, Keaton. Thank you so much for being here for another FCTV video. Today, I'm going to bring you a little match review. Of course, I'm really excited about this one, as you can tell. I'm sure you guys are too. But as you know, Saturday, we went to Goodison Park. Of course, every time we go there, it's not good for us. We just seem to struggle there every time. Losing to Everton 1-0. Then dropping 3 points as well. That's what that does. And dropping 3 points. Then, fast forward 2-3 days, I guess, to today. And we go to Milnew Stadium in Wolverhampton, take on the Wolves, and drop another 3 points. Yeah, dude. That's 2 in a row. That's 6 points. God, man, we need every point. There they go. See, 5 points. Dude, we need every single one we can get, man. I guess it's good that Liverpool, and we couldn't even capitalize. Like, Liverpool and Tottenham both dropped points on the weekend. I guess the good thing is we could hope for a tie tomorrow, please, when they play. But still, it's just frustrating. It was a strange kind of game, frustrating game. We just really couldn't get it going very much. Even when our goal happened, it was kind of... Wolves won 2-1. And the goal scorers are Giroud, Podence, and Neto. Which, of course, Giroud being the only cool thing about that list. So... I'm so excited to get into the review. Let's just get into it. You know what I mean? Before we do, if you guys would please hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel. You can always also follow the channel on Facebook too, and join the community that's growing over there. Chat with some people that are in the group, and or whichever way you prefer following, whichever mini sites you can, you still get all the news updates and any content that we put out. So don't worry, just make sure you subscribe to one of the channels. That way you're not missing out on any of the Chelsea content. I really appreciate you guys, any of the support and all the support, and of course appreciate you guys being here for another FCTV video. Even though it's going to be kind of meh, because that's what we've been playing like lately. Meh. So, enjoy it. Check it out. Thanks again. See you in a bit. Before we do get into that match review, let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup and see how the guys lined up for this one. Alright guys, we'll come over here and take a look at the starting lineup. Start back here in the very back, of course, the goal. We got Mendy. And for our back four, we have James on the right side, Zuma and Silva in the middle, with Zuma being the captain of the game for us. And then Chilwell on the left side of that back four. Moving to midfield, we had Mount on the left, Conte was in the middle, and Havertz on the right side. And then up top, as you can see, we had Pulisic started on the left, Giroud up top, and then Werner on the right. But Lampard switched Pulisic and Werner about 5 minutes before halftime, which, yeah. So Abraham and Kovacic were the subs. They both came in at the 72nd minute. Abraham for Giroud, Kovacic for Havertz. And yeah, that's how we started this one out, guys. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into that fun and exciting match review. We got the Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Chelsea Blues, unfortunately 1. And no, it's not fun or exciting, but if you think, it really never is. If you think about it, playing the Wolves. Ever since they got Nuno Santo, he's come in and managed them all the way back to the Premier League. I mean, in his first season in charge, he led them to a championship title with 2 games to spare. Now, the first 2 seasons back in the Premier League, they finished 7th both times, and that's a club high. I mean, if you think about it, like, I mean, if there's those, this big 6, right? Like, I mean, 7th then has to be pretty good, I would think, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, it's the best of the rest, dude. So, I mean, they're a good squad. They are a tough squad. They're going to play you tough. They're going to try to come in and impose their will and their tactics on you as much as they can. They're going to play physical. They've got players that have quality, well managed with Nuno. And, I mean, of course, he brings so much value. His ability to, play in multiple formations where, of course, he prefers the back 3, but we'll play in a back 4 or 5. Given the situation, I get it, 3 kind of turns into 5, 5-3, but depending on who you play, it could change, so it could matter. More than that, he's able to read the game really well as it's being played and deploy the right tactics that he needs to, try to best put his team in a situation. He's not afraid to deploy any kind of tactics, and he adapts really well to the game as it's going on, and then he's able to have that translate to his players onto the pitch as well. So it's a good quality, I feel like people have recognized with their squad and with Nuno himself over the last couple of years and how they've been playing. So you can't underestimate them at all. I don't think necessarily we did. We just weren't the better team. They were. So in the first half, though, I do believe we were looking the better squad. Say that it was mainly back and forth. We both were able to get into each other's, final third and some dangerous spots. Of course, neither of us finished, but Chelsea did have a majority of the ball with 58% possession, yet they were only able to match the Wolves' shot total for the half was 6, and 4 of our shots were off target that first half. So, I mean, needless to say, we should have definitely made Patricio work harder in goal that first half for sure. Zuma had what would have been his 5th Premier League goal, coming from another monster incoming header off a Mason Mount corner kick, only to be denied by the post. I mean, it was in. He wasn't saving it. So that would have been nice right before half. But really, as far as like the first half goes, the thing that looked the best, or I guess the player that played the best was Christian Pulisic, which is great for us. I mean, he looked really well until Lampard moved him from the left side to the right side like 5 minutes before the half. But the second half we come out and it pretty much kind of starts like the first half was. We were controlling possession, but came out a little bit sharper and with more intent. It seemed like, of course, right off the bat, and we were able to turn that into a quick goal in the 49th minute. A nice ball in from Chilwell drew me to the near post with a sweet left-footed volley. It actually hit, right at Patricio. It just was a really hard shot. He wasn't able to handle it, and it just happened to creep over the goal line. So VAR confirmed it. It was awesome. But as the second half drew on, you could just start to sense and feel that the momentum was heading in the Wolves' direction. And I mean, their play was going up and ours was dropping. I mean, after our goal, I just knew, I was like, one is not going to be enough today. And sure enough, shortly after, off a corner, we can't clear it out. It bounces around several times. don't get a good clearance. It falls to Potence in the box and then like the left side. He's able to make a couple defenders miss. Shoots it in left side near post up kind of high. Mendy's able to get his hand on it, but not. Didn't obviously wasn't enough. I will say this though, it was deflected by Reece James. Like beforehand, so like he got a decent deflection. I mean, it was still a nice move. He still was able to, get the shot off and made the moves and to do it. But had it not been blocked, I think it would have been closer to Mendy. And if anything, he would have for sure got like a full hand on it and been able to keep it out. But I don't know. No. And also, I'm gonna put another asterisk on it. You know why? Because the corner kick that they received that ended up leading to this goal actually should have been a goal kick. It was a cross that came in low, and their attacker came very near post, and he tried to volley it in really close, but he skied it, really, because he was hitting it really hard. The ball came in really hard, and it just went over, and everybody thought kind of immediately, oh, goal kick. No, they gave him a corner. I don't know. The television broadcast, they went and looked back at the replay later, and they showed that, Chelsea didn't touch it. Should have been a goal kick. Should have never happened. So, why don't they have VAR for that? I don't understand. Why don't they could just have guys sitting there ready, like, okay, the ball's out of bounds and for goal, kick, a corner kick, and I mean, have those certain angles pop up. I'm sure, like they can be monitored. I don't know. Just you would think that if they're going to do the VAR thing, then like why don't do it fully and make sure that you get that right too. That's corner kicks can be obviously very critical in games. So anyways, I digress. But honestly, like the best part about that whole goal probably to me was the fact that I literally for a minute had to make sure and that Ben Chilwell was all right after this all happened. I was like, dude, because he straight up, I thought he broke his ankles. I mean, Potence literally sat him down. Like, just juked him, bro. Just so bad. So bad. But man, I'm glad you're all right. So, move forward into the 80th minute, then we got Neto that decides he's going to make a dashing run with the ball all the way into our box, where he's met by a trailing Conte and Reece James. And it looks like there's a collision and he's on the ground. And, of course, the ref gives him the penalty. So then they show the replay and you're kind of like, hold on. Where was he fouled? Well, sure enough, VAR took a look at it. They called the ref over. He has his own look at it. And then he comes back, and we actually got the favorable call, and the penalty was reversed. So he wasn't fouled at all. I mean, they didn't touch him. They really didn't touch him at all. And so my question is, I don't understand why the ref didn't give him a yellow card for simulation. Book him. Come on. I mean, you got everything, all the other steps right. You corrected yourself. You made the right call. You made the right move. Okay, you take the penalty. Like, come on. See it through. Like, that kind of is frustrating, but whatever. I mean, he's still going to be there to score this winning goal that I'm about to tell you about. So we get to stoppage time, and of course, at this point, we've survived. We even had a VAR decision that went our way. It was looking like it was clearly going to be a draw, and one that we were going to be like, thankful to get out of here with at least a point kind of game, And then Neto decides to make another appearance. Well, he gets the ball played through to him in the 95th minute, all the way through, kind of on his counterattack. But our guys were back. Like, we had enough guys back there just trailing and couldn't get to him in time, where he takes a blaster of a shot with his left foot at the top of the box on the left side. pulls it across the goal, frame of the goal, the bottom right corner. Really hit really well, a nice shot, but just past Mendy. So yeah, he handed us our back-to-back losses in the Premier League. So thanks, Neto. All right, guys, let's go ahead and just roll straight into the player performances. Start with Mendy in goal. Of course, led in 2, and we didn't win the game, so not going to be your best performance, but the first goal was not your fault. So we should have definitely cleared that ball out of there with the many chances that we had, and then he wouldn't even have to worry about it. The second goal, maybe could have got a touch on it, maybe kicked to it, but it was really well struck by Neto nonetheless, and in stoppage time, all the drama, I get it, so won't take too much away from him or blame you too much. I think he's going to be great for us. He has been great for us. He's going to continue to just grow and get better too, this goalkeeper. So just maintain your confidence and don't second guess yourself. And he's gonna be all right. Reece James and Ben Chilwell, they both played. What I would say, like the form that they both had, and of course Reece James has just played spectacular, been our best player in multiple games. So I think that definitely for his standards and Chilwell standards, they could have played better. Could have had a better game. They could have got a lot more crosses in, but they were just was not a lot of space on the wings for them. They just weren't getting that space that they normally did, and we wouldn't change it up. And I think they are a very important part of our offense going forward, and they have been a good part. So we've got to get them involved too. And if they somehow are shut down, then we go to our other options in the middle and have to have ways to break down the defense that way. They've been 2 of the most consistent players on our team and 2 of the best players too. So, and Chilwell got the assist, so it's going to make you look good any day. Our center backs, dude, Zuma and Silva, I'll say that, again, they didn't have a bad game really. Got beaten transition a couple times. Zuma at the end, I feel like he should have closed down on Neto sooner and been able to be in front of that ball before he shot it. I think he was kind of out of place, and we're all trailing back. So, nonetheless, he showed his strength and he showed what he can do in the air, both on the offensive side and the defensive side. And then Silva, just very smart plays at times. Where tackles, interceptions. Nice passing forward when he needs to and stuff, and just, blocks. Just does what he's got to do, just leads, man. I think we've seen that as a pair from them play really well, and just building that. And it's just only going to continue to get better and better. I think the experience and maturity of Silva is helping Zuma out so much. Silva's only going to get more and more comfortable with these players and vice versa. All right, so moving on to the midfield. Start with Conte, who... I always say it, Conte did Conte. And he really did. It wasn't anything that, obviously, in his loss, it's going to be hard to find great performances from anybody and stuff, but he's always consistent. He tracked people down. He won some balls in the air, actually. He got some turnovers. He didn't make it easy for the opposing attacking players. So, that's what we need from him all the time. We continue to have that. We'll be good always with that in the midfield with him. Moving on, Mason Mount. It was a forgettable match for Mason Mount. Didn't do too much. Didn't really help out. Again, we had in this loss where we couldn't get things really going. We're gonna have a lot of kind of just dud spots out there that didn't do too much. So he was better than Kai Havertz, who's on the other side. Kai Havertz didn't have a good game, and we're gonna have to figure out where he's best at right now. And the thing is, I don't think that's necessarily the right wing. You can see though that he plays better when he has more freedom to go forward whenever he likes. Just feels more comfortable when he doesn't have to be worried so much about all his midfield responsibilities back in the, it's just going to have to be something that Lampard figures out. So let's go ahead and move on up top. Talk about the attackers. Pulisic started on the left side, where he, like I said earlier, looked better than he has all season. I mean, for the first half, he was best player of the first half by far. I'm just on the ball. He looked quick. He had his feet under him. I mean, he was attacking towards goal. He was, making good plays. Looking very dangerous. And then Lampard, for whatever reason, switched him and Timo. And I don't know if that was like to try to get Werner going, but if that was, it didn't work at all. And that's a whole nother story too, with another high-profile new transfer German player that we just paid big bucks for, that we were just talking about. But again, I'm not freaking out. I'm just saying that you got to notice it and see these things and figure out and kind of coach it and see. It's interesting to see what Lampard's going to do, and he's going to have to figure some things out a little bit. So Werner, though, I think is definitely further along and more like comfortable and established than Kai Havertz is. But Werner has to just be able to finish. That's what he needs. I mean, he's making the runs. He puts the work in. He's there. He plays well. He's just makes dumb little mistakes, or reads the ball the wrong way, and again, I think that still will come over time, and he just needs a goal to kind of get out of his funk, I think, now. Drew up top again got him a goal. So I mean, that's what we want. That's what we got. That's all we can ask for from Drew. That's when he's up there playing. We want him to be physical, and we want him to get as many shots on goal as he can, and hopefully put him some in the back of the net. He's been doing that lately, and it's continuing that good form. So, I'm sure we'll continue to see him be the first pick. Subs. Speaking of the first pick and strikers and stuff, Tammy Abraham didn't play well at all when he came in for Giroud, and just it's weird. He's got to be able to take advantage of these, tired defenders. He's got he can use his size and speed to be able to just body him around and stuff, I feel like, but he just doesn't. He hadn't lately, and I don't know if his mind's in the right spot or what, but especially for someone that, kind of lost their spot, so to speak, as the, number one, the first chosen striker, I guess, and, of course he's going to get time and play, and, there's so many games, but, you would think you'd be going out there trying to put as many in the back of the net as you can, or at least, trying 100% in every aspect of your game as you possibly could. But doesn't seem to be that way. We'll see how it goes going forward. Kovacic came in for Kai Havertz, of course, who definitely played better than Kai did in that role. And again, just kind of does what Kovacic does. So nothing too crazy there in the subs. So yeah, guys, it was not a fun day at the office for Chelsea. Although we did show that we have and had the majority of possession. And actually, really, we ended up losing most of it in the second half because, although in the first half we had 58%, overall we ended only up with 52%. So that just shows you right there that they were able to take control in the second half. The thing mainly was, though, that we couldn't finish. We had 3 of 13 shots on target. Now, first of all, I think we should need to get more volume of shots. For having the ball as much as we do and like to have it, we got to get a bunch of just a high volume. And then 3 shots on target, dude. That's horrible. We got that, and then we got to get these things on target, man. We got to put some in the back of the net, dude. That's kind of reminding me of last year's squad, and that's scary, dude. Where we just couldn't make anything. And I'm not freaking out or anything. We're gonna be fine. We'll be good. I ain't worried. But let's just go ahead, Monday in this West London derby. Let's go ahead and just switch it back. Let's get back on a winning roll. You know what I mean? And get 3 points against West Ham. We got 5 days off. Frank Lampard is going to be disappointed with that performance for sure. And so he's got him and his Jody and the boys and staff room have some work to do. So, all right, well, yeah, I think that's going to go ahead and do it for me, guys. Thank you so much, though, for tuning in to another FCTV video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. Also, subscribe and follow. Really appreciate all the support, and that way you guys don't miss any of the Chelsea content we'll be bringing out. We'll be doing, of course, live match day, a companion on Monday for the West London Derby against West Ham, and then also we'll be coming out with some more videos, and stay tuned for some next-gen Chelsea on the Xbox X coming soon as well. So thank you guys so much again. Appreciate it. Can't wait to see y'all next time. And remember, FCTV, we're for Chelsea. Laters, guys.